Welcome everyone, I'm Gary's What and today I'm doing part 4? Yeah, I think it's part 4 of What If Denji Met, What if Denji was the main character to Jujutsu Kaisen, or what if Yuji was Chainsaw Man? I forgot while I was writing this. But, of course, this video is quite special, as it should be like an hour long, I think, because Jujutsu Kaisen is ending in like 15 days from the time of recording. So, yeah, of course, this video is probably going to come out in a month, and my prediction is that we're getting a sequel, as, oh my god, the third to last chapter was so... we have to be getting a sequel. But I will hopefully be posting my reaction to the final chapter when it comes out. Again, this video is probably going to be out like a month later, but hey, of course, right now, currently, I'm recording this, of course, 15 days before the final chapter comes out, but also, you have to remember that what I am recording right now, is just the Junpei and Mahito arc. I still need to write the Goodwill arc, right, or the Goodwill event, right, with Todo and such, and Hanami, but it still needs to be written, as I need to reread that arc, and I finally have time to record. So yeah, that's what's happening. So yeah, if you want to see any more what ifs from me, just type it in the comments. This what if I believe has the most potential, at least most fun of me, like imagining where I can go. Oh, and another what if I feel like it could have potential is what if Deku was a War Devil, or had Yoru or War Devil feed? We never got an answer. I'm assuming you've seen read Chainsaw Man and caught up in the manga. It's like, what if Deku died and was possessed by the War Devil? Basically like Arthur in part 2. But either way, another thing is my writing. When I was writing this, I realised, when I was writing this part specifically, I realised, oh wait, I'm taking Tatsuki Fujimoto's weirdness and mixing it in with Gege Akitami's willingness to make characters die and just suffer, right? So as I was writing, I was like, how could I make this messed up? Or, wouldn't it be funny if I did this? Oh wait, I can't do that. So sorry if it's just this thing about me writing is that when I go through like these kind of emotional scenes, I don't know if it comes off as immature, well written or not, right? So yeah, that's what's been happening. Oh, there goes my voice. And of course, if it sounds like some awkward cuts, it's because I'm recording this and I don't know my own time. I have like 3,000 words to record for just this Mahito arc. So I'm drinking some gamer subs. Please sponsor me. But I'm drinking a mixture of the clumps I have left of emotional damage and some Blowhole Blaster. It's like a pinkish in my most critical cup. Yay. Also, before we fully start, when it comes to the immature writing, just remember this. This is a Denji who doesn't have a Makima, right? So no way to manipulate him with sex and stuff, right? This is Denji who's just existing, and he has access to the internet. Denji has access to the internet. We're anime fans, I think we all know where this is going. Okay? I just want to make that apparent, because it explains some things later. But yeah, without further ado, I think it's important that first I go over Denji's abilities, or at least flesh them out slightly, because I couldn't quite figure out a place to put it in the actual what if without having Gojo sit Denji down and go on a literal 20-minute long rant. So, Denji's immortality. How it works in this is that Denji's soul is unable to die. It can be changed. Its shape can be changed by like ideal transfiguration, but that's a bit of a spoiler. But his soul can't leave his body, right? Because he has the presence of Sukuna and Pochita, his soul can't leave his body. And because of this, he is effectively immortal. Now, if you put Denji into a state where he would be considered dead, right? Say you blow up his head, you cut him in half, right? Rip his heart out, right? Instead of actually being dead, it would be more like he's being put in an unconscious state until he either drinks blood and regenerates any injury, or if no blood is available that isn't his own, then you have to pull his cord, right, which will then instantly regenerate him, bring him back to life, at the cost that he will eventually, it tires him out, as every time since hybrids in Chainsaw Man, at the time of recording this, like, we don't have an answer on how they fully work. Like, we know they don't age. We know kind of that if you destroy the heart, that doesn't kill them, right? As we saw with Katana Man at the end of season 1 of the Chainsaw Man anime, where he gets cut in half, right? That clearly probably cut his heart, right? We basically only seen one devil, kind of as Pochita. Like, we don't know the terms, if it's like the contract, right? If the devil's forced into it and such. But yeah, basically Denji can't die, and whenever he drinks blood or you pull his cord, he a automatic reverse curse technique falls through his body and heals him, kind of like Hikari's, except his is instant and then goes away, right? He needs to constantly drink blood or constantly have his cord being pulled, but the pulling of his cord is basically more or less going to work when he's in a fatal position, right? Because if he's in the middle of a fight and he takes an injury, well, by pulling his cord, he'll eventually pass out, right? Because every time we've seen Denji, that happened, Denji eventually passes out. Kinda, I think. Chainsaw Man's not very consistent. But yeah. So Denji's immortal, right? Instant reverse curse technique whenever he, his cord, or he drinks blood, right? And because of the presence of Pochita in his body, not only is Sukuna unable to like make a mouth unless Pochita allows him to, or Pochita's distracted, right? Sukuna can't really extend himself. I think there may be a plot hole now. And also, because of Pochita's presence in Denji's body, it means that his flow of curse energy has been completely shifted. So instead of being a more direct punch, I don't know why I'm saying this, I described it in last part, but this is being recorded like 6 months later. But his curse energy is more sharp and rips, I guess. It flows around his hand, around his arm, like a chainsaw, instead of being more like it goes through his arm to the end point. Yeah, you get what I mean. Those are Denji's powers for now. I can't quite spoil too much. But yeah, let's actually start the what if. I'm going to quickly drink some chem subs. Now we last left off on Denji spending the night at Junpei's house, and the next morning, whilst reporting the enemy, he would discover Junpei's mother's corpse. Also, again, I accidentally made a plot hole last part where Denji finds one of Sukuna's fingers next to the corpse, so just forget that, as I'm pretty sure Mahito takes it, and then it's one of the fingers fed to Yuji during Shibuya. Yeah. Anyways, after this, Nanami would try and comfort Denji in his own way, but Denji would ignore him, focusing on the fact that Hot Lady was just taken from the world. Now after this, Mahito would meet with Junpei and manipulate him about his bullies being cursed users and all that, and that they were the ones that placed the cursed object in Junpei's house, killing his mother, and therefore they must pay. As this would lead to Mahito placing a curtain over Junpei's school, whilst Junpei attacks his bullies. Again, story of this part comes off as really fast paced. You got to remember, Chainsaw Man, right? This is quite of a rant, but if you compare Chainsaw Man's battles to like Jujutsu Kaisen's, right? If other mangaka with Chainsaw Man, like Denji versus like the Bat Devil would be multiple chapters on, but right, but Denji, he gets stuff done, right? He wraps fights up very quickly, right? He's Denji, right? That's why we love Chainsaw Man Part 1. I'm not going on and on about the pacing, but yeah, fights and story will be very fast paced in this, and weird, hopefully. Anyways. This would lead to Mahito placing curtain over Junpei's school, whilst Junpei attacked his bullies. So what's your plan here? Kenjaku asked Mahito. Kill the kid in front of Sukuna's vessel. That way he's so sad and powerless that he has to make a binding vow with Sukuna. I'm afraid that won't work, Kenjaku said, confusing Mahito. Sukuna's vessel isn't like any other kid you know. He's already experienced a similar sadness and powerless on a daily basis. His standard on how to live is so low that if you killed his beloved, he'd probably move on in a day. So he has no idea of justice unless he gains the minimum. So kill some kid he met yesterday, and it won't affect him other than stun him for a second. So what do I do then? How about this? Cut over to Denji, who'd be drinking some milk when he'd be notified that Junpei would be attacking his school. Junpei would be attacking his own school. So Cut over to Denji, who'd be drinking some milk when he'd be notified that Junpei's attacking his school. Junpei's attacking Junpei's school, yeah. But Denji would just return to eating until Nanami would call. Yellow? Denji responded. Listen, Denji. I assume you've been notified about your target attacking the school, correct? Yep. Then I want you to promise that you won't go. Okay. What do you mean by okay? You just said I shouldn't go, right? So I'm not going. Denji, we're talking about the lives of students like you here. Okay, and I'm not getting anything out of it. I'll just be ridiculed for disobeying orders. So of course I'm not going. You're going. Wait, but you just said... I said you're going. Wait there for me and then we'll both go save the students. Alright, Denji said, hanging up. Ah, boy. It seems I've underestimated his causes. As we cut over to Denji, he'd be standing outside of the curtain. Sorry, Nanami, but I had a knowledge burst. If I don't do this, I'll miss out on this key opportunity. As Denji would enter the curtain, he'd rush to where he'd sense most cursed energy. No need to fear, ladies, for I am here to kill the ugly bastard, Denji yelled, crashing through the walls into the sports hall. So bring it on, you emo shit. However, in front of Denji would be the unconscious bodies of every student, especially the girls, save for two people. One being a good-looking tall blonde kid that was the type that Denji would kick in the balls. The other was a girl choking the boy. Denji, the girl said, what are you doing here? Who are you? Denji said, confused and frustrated. It's me, Junpei, the girl said. No, Junpei has no boobs, and you do. Well, it's true, my beloved, we can now... Beloved? Denji yelled. You were a dude a day ago, and we only met yesterday. I know, Junpei yelled. It was love at first sight. That's creepy, yet it is attractive. Wait, then why do you look like that? Once I learned how to use my curse technique, my form changed to this. Also, for an idea of what Junpei now looks like as a woman, I can't explain that. Think just big boober, thick anime girl. When I was writing this, I was thinking of Whis from Kono Super, kind of like the innocent shy. Just think any kind of anime girl, and for sure. Well, Gojo-sensei did say techniques can do the impossible. Wait, then what even is your technique? Why are those guys like that? Denji demanded, pointing at all the unconscious students. Well, I can't tell you that, silly, female Junpei teased. Why not? Because I said so, said Mahito, walking out to Junpei's side, having changed his form to be much buffer with his hands over Junpei's shoulder. Flashback to Geto and Mahito. So what should I do then? Mahito asked. How about this? Kenjaku went on. Or Geto? Yeah, let's say Geto went on. You turn Junpei into an attractive woman who's deeply in love with Sukuna's vessel. Then you turn yourself into a good-looking buff playboy who's Junpei submissive towards and breathes with regularly. And how's that meant to work? Junpei said. Trust me, it will put Sukuna's vessel in a situation where he can be a hero, saving a girl that's in love with him. Again, what will that do? Oh, you'll see. Geto laughed. Wait, Geto chuckled. Cut back to the present. And who are you? Denji said, pointing at Mahito. Oh, Mahito-sama! What are you doing here? Female Junpei said, blushing. What do you mean? You knew I was here. Plus, don't you think it's time we do it? But what about Denji? He can watch, Mahito said. Seriously, how will this do anything? The cast thought. Hey, I thought you said you loved me, Denji said. Oh, yes, I did, Denji. It's just Mahito-sama is so good at, well, you know. As she said this, Mahito would smirk. Three 331-937. 391-318. Denji said calmly. 472-908. 453-030. 312-961. What's he doing? Mahito thought. Some kind of incantation? Do you recognize those codes? Guess I'll just play along, Mahito thought. Yeah, so if I do. Hearing this, Denji would bite his lip to the point it began to bleed. Recently, I achieved what was originally impossible. I gained what I dreamed about for so long. One of these things was access to this thing called the internet. Thanks to that, no longer do I need to do it to crumpled up, stuck together old magazines. I discovered a world of art with infinite possibilities that most would find joy in. Then I found it. One genre, one tag, that ruined me. It made no sense. Why was it so popular, yet so sad? Why was so much effort put into something that would make someone regret doing it after? And cause so much trouble for those seeking love? Then it hit me. That's right. The world is cruel, he said, chuckling to himself. What's he on about? But you know what truly pisses me off? That it's popular? No. I already accepted that everyone has their own fetishes and kinks, and that's fine, as long as you don't force it or do it onto others. Was it why the art was so good compared to the wholesome ones? Well, I never figured that out. But what truly, and I mean truly, pisses me off is the fact that I can't murderize fuckers like you. Denji said as he tugged his cord. What the? Mahito said as a sudden burst of curse energy flooded out of Denji. Is that his technique? And why does he feel like a curse? As transformed Denji would stand still, he would speak. Move her out of the way. Fine, Mahito said, throwing Junpei to the floor beside him. Get out of here. As Junpei scurried off. Well then, shall we saw? Though Denji would blitz Mahito and slice him in half vertically. What? Mahito said, but he would grow appendages from his back on the top half. It would stick to the wall behind him and pull him towards it. What is he? The curse said, regenerating his bottom half. What's wrong? Looking a lot skinnier, huh? Denji yelled. Oh, whatever, I'll just figure out later, as Mahito laughed. Oh, whatever, I'll just figure out later, as Mahito laughed. As Denji ran at Mahito, the cast would vomit up multiple shrunk down humans, then he'd throw in the way of Denji, transforming them back into humans without skin. Let's see what you do now, huh? Or Denji would simply run straight through them. Why the hell would I care about some randoms that are already dead? Denji yelled. Are you sure you're not the curse here? Shut it. As Mahito would send waves of transfigured humans towards Denji, who'd run straight through them, killing them in his charge towards Mahito. Geto's right. He truly is nothing like other sorcerers. Get over here already. Sure, Mahito said. He turned his arms into giant slabs of flesh with spike protruding out and crushed Denji between them. However, Denji would instantly destroy the flesh around him as soon as it would encase him, leaving blooding holes across his body. As Denji would use his chainsaws to carry himself across the flesh towards Mahito. As the curse would try and stop him, but the hardened flesh around where the chainsaws were would fail, as the chainsaws would rip straight through as more spikes shot out from the flesh, stabbing themselves into Dennis's flesh. Why won't he stop, Mahito thought, as Denji would get closer. Die! Denji yelled, pulling himself out of the falling flesh and falling onto the floor where he'd leap towards Mahito and decapitate him. As Mahito would enter the corridors or the door with Denji behind it. However, the head would run into a closet. Got you now, Denji said as he slashed open the door, only to be met by a massive amount of living flesh with the head swimming through it. Hey, get out! However, the flesh would suddenly expand forward, sending Denji through the window into the front yard of the school. This is fun, said a fully healed, larger than usual Mahito, looking down from the hole in the wall to Denji. Hey, how many times do I have to say this? Get down and fight me so I can murderize you. So if I don't wanna? What if I'm scared of death? Don't play with me. Alright, no more running. As Mahito will leap down. But first, Mahito will contort into a small ball the size of Denji's head. As the ball would suddenly shoot out spikes too fast for Denji to react, losing him into getting stabbed all over. As the ball would travel down one of the spikes with Mahito's head poking out of it. Come on and kill me! As Denji would swing for the ball, suddenly it would unravel. As Mahito's torso would come out, suddenly Junpei would burst out towards Denji. What the? As Denji's arms chainsaws would fall apart, he'd catch the girl. With Mahito would take this moment to turn his arm into a spike back and swing it towards the pair, in which Denji would cover Junpei, taking the blow to his back, sending the pair into a wall. You okay? Said Denji, de-transforming. Yeah. What's wrong, huh? I thought you didn't care about others. No one, she's the only one I believe can fulfill my dream. Fine, I'll give you two a moment, Mahito said, turning his back into a chair. What is that dream? Junpei asked. What can I do that no other girl can? You said you loved me, correct? Denji said. Yes. Then can I touch your tits? Of course. Hell yeah! Denji screamed. But first, as Junpei laid in Denji's arms, he would kiss Denji and press Denji's hands onto her chest. I'm sorry. As Junpei's skin would bubble up, as from her mouth a chainsaw would burst, stabbing through Denji's mouth and cut straight upwards, cutting Denji's head in half, as a large skinless hand would explode out of Junpei's chest, impaling Denji over Junpei's body. Aw, the show's over, Mahito snickered and stood up. Sorry, Geto, I knew I was supposed to keep him alive, but I guess I couldn't hold myself back. Hey, Geto, say something. But Mahito would be cut off by his right arm being cut off, with Nanami appearing by Mahito's feet. Then Mahito would be cut off by Nanami, sending Mahito flying into a wall. Running over to Denji's corpse, still impaled by Junpei's manipulated body, Nanami would pull out the skinless hand from Junpei's chest that was still through Denji's torso and say, "This better work, Gojo," as he pulled Denji's cord. Suddenly Denji's head would come back together, and the hole in Denji's torso would heal, and Denji's eyes would open. What are you doing here? Denji asked. You didn't listen. How else was I supposed to impress the girls? Denji complained. Anyways, what's happening here? I got my first kiss and touched on boobs. Oh, I apologize. My condolences, Naomi said, looking at Junpei's corpse. Wait, wasn't she a male yet? Actually, tell me when he's dead, Naomi stated, looking over to the hole he sent Mahito into. Listen up, Denji. I fought him previously whilst you were meeting with Junpei yesterday. In short, if he touches you, then he can change the shape of your body. But he already touched me and nothing happened. Why is that? Don't know. It's most likely because your body contains 3 cells, with one of them being Sukuna's reside in your body. Either way, we don't want to take risks, got it? So don't let him touch you. Yeah, though I do know what curse he is. You sure? Yeah, he's definitely the Netorari curse. Denji, Nanami said. Yeah. Don't you dare hold back. Already planned on it. As the pair's cursed energy would explode out. You ready? Mahito yelled, rushing out at the pair. As Denji reports called once again, however only half of a chainsaw would come out, like Denji's fight with the Leech Devil. You're low on blood, Nanami said. How do you know that? Shoko's report on your examination came in. Your transformation relies on your blood. So here, Nanami said, throwing Denji a blood bag. Whether the bag would burst from a fresh bullet, shot by Mahito, with only around half actually making it to Denji's mouth. Sorry, was that important? The curse taunted, as he'd rushed the pair and sent 2 shrunken humans that were transformed into fast-moving worms with faces moaning in pain. As Nanami would cut one in half, whilst Denji put his fist in front of him, grinding up the worm. With Mahito would appear beside Denji and try and grab him, but Nanami would appear and cut Mahito's hand, with Denji appearing behind Mahito and punching him towards Nanami, who sent Mahito right back at Denji. Basically, just imagine Yuji and Nanami's beatdown on Mahito, except this time there's more chainsaws. Anyways, during this, Mahito, as we know, would experience the fear of death, and doing so would unlock his domain expansion. Sensing the sudden surge of curse energy from, activating domain expansion, Nanami would throw Denji out of the radius, as suddenly Nanami would be standing in Mahito's domain. Shit, the sorcerer said. And just like in canon, before Mahito's short effect could take effect, Denji, Yuji, in this case Denji, would break through into the domain, fully transformed, having swallowed Mahito's arm that was just cut off. As Mahito would find himself in front of Sukuna, having his curse technique in short effect take effect on Denji. Yeah. As Sukuna would speak up, listen, we don't have time before the Mutt arrives, so tell me, what is your goal? What's he saying? I answer already, Sukuna berated. Oh, well, we want to bring an age of curses, and right now we want to make you your vessel, make a binding vow with you, that you will benefit from. That way you can lead the charge into the new age. Well, whatever. That's impossible currently. So how about this? In the future, feed the brats lots of fingers after you ruin him. Make sure that you make him feel like he can never live a normal life. I've already planned on it. Good. Now get out of my sight. As Sukuna would slash Mahito's soul. Back to reality, as Mahito's domain would crumble as the cast would fall back from his soul being attacked. And then she would fall on top of the cast, he would start ripping and tearing. You idiot! Said a mouth that would form on the flattened flesh that would instantly be cut up. You destroyed, can't destroyed, killed, destroyed. Oh, for the love of sake! Stop and let me speak! Fine, but you can speak down here, Denji said, pointing down his throat. As if that would do anything, as the cast would make a hand and place it on Denji's crotch. Ideal transfiguration. With a suddenly, a chainsaw would blast out of Denji's crotch, slicing the hand in half. Guess I can make chainsaws come out of other limbs too, Denji laughed, as the cast would start to join him. It's too late. I will use my curse technique on you, as the area around Denji's crotch would start to bubble. It's too late to use his sword chomp. Huh? Why isn't anything happening? Mahito said as his own flesh would start to bubble. As you would see the two halves of the hand he made that made in contact with Denji would now be in Denji's mouth being swallowed. As the bubbling around Denji's pelvis area would stop. It's just like when Sukuna attacked my soul, the past panicked. What the hell are you? Mahito yelled, seeing Denji covered in his blood as the curse would explode. Is he dead? Nanami said, kicking a ball of Mahito's flesh. No, said a piece of flesh with a face. What the? Nanami said, running to the blob. You, the cast blob said, looking at Denji. I'll make sure to break you. The blob said, melting down the drain just before Nanami got to him. Damn it, he got away. Shit, sorry. Denji apologized, de-transforming and falling unconscious. You did good, Nanami said, holding Denji. Cut over to the sewers as Mahito would be reforming himself. How'd it go? Geto asked. I did as you told, but got my ass kicked. Oh really? Yeah, like you didn't tell me Sukuna's vessel can turn into a chainsaw. Yeah, well, who could predict that? Geto shrugged. Anyway, so you get Denji to make a vow in Sukuna's favor? Nope. When I got my domain up and talked to Sukuna, he mentioned that something was trying to prevent him from talking to him, and then told me to ruin his vessel mentally before we fed him any fingers, then slashed my soul. Oh, well, that makes sense. Huh? How? That's a secret. Anyways, anything else happen? Like, why can't you heal that? Kyoto said, pointing to a chunk of Mahito's flesh that would still be missing and wouldn't be healing. Yeah, but something's really interesting. I couldn't regenerate without being ripped apart. I used my technique on him instinctively, but Sukuna didn't interfere. But then he ate the flesh I used on him. And then the curse technique didn't work. Yeah, and the transformation stopped. Wait, how do you know that? Like I just said, it's a secret, which may or may not also be a binding vow, so I can't say. Well, anyways, what do you think about Sukuna's vessel? Oh, I really want to break him, Mahito said. Skip to the next day as Denji would wake up in his bed. Yo, you're awake, Gojo said. Yeah, Denji groaned, grabbing his head. Oh right, sorry, but Junpei is dead. Denji! Said the still female Junpei, bursting into the room. You're awake! She yelled, jumping and clinging onto Denji. Wait, didn't you die? No, she didn't, Gojo said. This morning while Shoko was examining the corpse, suddenly the body turned back to normal, except now he was a she. Yeah, when I went to see if the girl was at the school, she was now a she as well. Well then, from what Nanami reported, it seems that the Netarare curse can shapeshift anything it touches. That monster, I swear I'll kill it myself next time it appears, Gojo stated. Why is it always damned NTR? That's also a side. Anyways, we've confirmed that the effects of the technique can't be reverted, but Shoko and my eyes have confirmed that there are no traces of that guy's cursed energy. It remains on her, removing the fear that he'll be able to control her remotely. In every way, his physical body, down to his hormones and brain, changing his personality, have been affected by the curse, with that basically meaning that Junpei's a brand new person, and the old him is dead. But that doesn't matter, Junpei said, clinging to Denji, because now we can be together. Wait, if that's so, can Can we do it? Yes, but you were a dude 2 days ago. Like Gojo said, I'm a new person, and I love you, Denji. No matter what person I used to be, I'll do anything you want. Gojo-sensei. I'm on it, Gojo said, walking out of the room. As the room would dim, the pair would sit on the bed in silence. Go ahead, the girl said. God, thank you for this. As Denji would reach out and put the prizes in his hands. Wait, this is much more So are you going to take it out? The girl responded, blushing. Guess not. As Denji would scurry, he would begin to take his pants off. What the fuck? Denji screamed in horror as he and C pulled his clothes back on and dashed out of the room. Gojo, we have a problem. Cut to Denji sitting on a sofa, facing his hands, contemplating life, with Junpei by his side, her hand patting Denji's head. As Gojo would be sitting on the chair opposite to the couple, with Nanami standing next to him. As Gojo would laugh his ass off. I knew it was bad when I heard Shogo's report, but it wouldn't be this funny. But I didn't think it would be that bad. Takoyaki. Looks like a bunch of poked, fleshy takoyaki. Fucking takoyaki. Gojo. Yeah? Get me a blood bag. Sure. As Gojo would instantly teleport away and reappear. Here. Now listen to me, Gojo. I want you to rip it off, Denji said, placing the blood bag in his mouth. Sure. And suddenly Denji's entire pelvis would be splattered onto the wall, with Denji's top half falling over behind him, his standing legs with the blood bag bursting in Denji's mouth, as his lower half would regenerate and Denji would throw a pillow over his crotch. Well, Nanami asked, as Denji would look under the pillow. Son of a... It's still the same! Denji, I'm sure there's something we can do. Nanami condolenced. No, there's not, Gojo bastard. That curse wasn't lying. Then that curse technique changes the shape of the soul, not the body, meaning that that's your new base, meaning it's permanent. None of us who are will be able to fix it. Shut up. How do you even piss? Gojo mocked, as instantly Denji would stand up and rush to the bathroom. Ah, it goes everywhere, Denji screamed. Every direction. Down, left, right, back. It goes everywhere. Denji said, now fully dressed and doing a full Shinji pose. What's worse is that it doesn't even feel good. He took the best part away from pissing. Denji, Junpei comforted. Doesn't matter the shape. We can still... No, I refuse. It's not like I don't want to. It's just I can't do it with this tool. Denji yelled, nuzzling his head into Junpei's chest as she stroked his head. This is my new safe place, he declared. That's fine with me, she responded. Well, I guess we should tell you we can't hide you forever. Come again, Denji said, peeping out of his safe space. What, since you can't? You! Denji barked, well calmed down as Junpei pampered him. In actuality, as Gojo would go on to reveal that Junpei has been officially brought into Jujutsu Tech as a first year, but will go under frequent checkups and have a tracker on her at all times, as he'd explain that the Goodwill event, he'll explain what the Goodwill event is, and that Denji and now Junpei will have to participate. And Gojo would go on to tell the pair a plan to make an emotional reunion with the others. As the couple would leave, Gojo and Nanami would talk. You didn't tell him, Nanami said. Of course I didn't. The kid's got enough on his shoulders, even more now, Gojo said. But still, if you let her... I know what you mean, but that's what the bomb is for. Plus I'm here, so there will be no problems. Plus the remaining curse energy from that curse isn't enough to even do anything. And what about what happened when he ate the hand that began transforming him, and the transformation stopped? Same thing. Telling him will just lead to more problems, like assassins or higher-ups taking advantage of that. Plus, I haven't even seen it happen, so I don't even know how it works other than what you describe. Stop saying things that make you sound smart. Skip over to the Tokyo group, as Nobara would have a ton of suitcases. Wait, where's your luggage? She yelled at the others. I'm going to Kyoto. Kyoto's coming here, Maki said. What? Nobara yelled, throwing her luggage down. However, her embers of anger would be cut by the sound of trumpets. What the? Megami said. As over the hill, a box on the trolley, with Gojo standing on the top, with Junpei pushing it, came rushing down. Who's she? Nobara thought, seeing the tired yet determined girl. As Gojo would be playing the trumpet, until the box would stop in front of the group, where Gojo would jump off the box and stand one side, and departing Junpei would stand the other side. What's going on? And who is she? But Nobuo was cut off by Gojo yelling, "Hear ye, hear ye! Mask in the presence of the one thought to be dead! Me!" Denji screamed, jumping out of the box, with Junpei pulling a party popper. However, he'd be met by silence and the grossed out faces of his comrades. "Why aren't you excited?" Denji asked. "I'm alive!" "So who are you?" Nobuo said to Junpei. "Oh, me, I'm Denji's girlfriend." As the silence would be louder, until Nobuo would punch herself, breathe in, and then point at Denji. "Denji, you piece of shit! What did you do?" she screamed, grabbing Denji's collar. "Why are you so focused on that than me being... Shut it, you monster!" "Get off him," Junpei said, grabbing Nobuo's arm with bloodlust in her eyes. "Oh, sure," said a shocked Nobuo. "Now, Denji, you didn't tell me you had another girlfriend," Junpei said, putting one of her hands on her face. "Like hell I date him," Nobuo screamed. "But you're already his girlfriend. Wait, how did you even fall for him?" "Oh, I don't mind if Denji has multiple girlfriends. As long as he talks to me, I'm perfectly fine." "What kind of relationship do you have? Don't dodge my question." During this, the Kyoto students would arrive and watch the whole debacle, with Gojo would hand them souvenirs. "Kugisaki," Megumi said, putting his hands on Nobuo's shoulder. "What?" "Make sure to go for the head." "Hey, what's that supposed to mean?" Denji yelled. "Well, what then? You just die and come back with a girlfriend?" Megumi said. "That's impossible, especially since it's you." "The enthusiastic bunch," Maki said. "Summon." "Oh, quiet down, this is supposed to be a happy reunion," Gojo said. "Are you just gonna let this happen?" Nobuo said, holding a nail to Denji's head, with Junpei trying to pull Nobuo away. "This pervert has definitely made her do horrible, perverted things. He deserves execution." "No, he didn't. Denji's quite a gentleman," Junpei said, silencing Nobuo, who turned around and hugged Junpei. "It's okay, you don't have to lie. We're here for you," Nobuo said. "Hey, don't paint me as a villain." "Be quiet," Megumi said, glancing daggers at Denji. "Okay, seriously though," Gojo interrupted. "Denji hasn't done anything to her." As Gojo had gone to explain that Junpei was a newly awakened sorcerer that was being manipulated by the NTR cars, and that Denji saved her. "Yeah, bullshit," Nobuo said. "Don't worry, Junpei, we'll break your brainwashing." "No, I'm good." "Gojo, what is the meaning of this?" said the principal of Kyoto Jujutsu High, Gakuganji. "Why is Sukuna's vessel alive?" "It's none of your business, old man," Gojo snickered. As the Tokyo students would be warming up, with Nobuo interrogating Junpei, with Denji holding a funeral picture canvas of his face. "Gee, I said I'm sorry." "That won't cut it," Megumi said. As the group would start making a plan, we see them walking to the starting area. "Oh, Denji," Megumi said. "What? Did something happen?" "Oh no shit, something happened. Haven't you seen what's happened today?" "No, I mean, anything serious happened." "Actually, yeah. Finally got what I wanted. It was just way too underwhelming that I wish I never reached it." "What was it?" "I finally lost my first kiss and touched boobs, then got impaled." "Oh." As the event would start, we'd see the group run through the trees, as they would hear the sound of trees being toppled over. "Denji, got it." As Todo would burst out of the foliage, but would be stopped by Denji punching him, sending Todo's head crashing into a tree as the others ran past and sticking with Denji and Todo, as nothing else with the other fights would go any differently. As Todo's head would crash into a tree, Denji would pick his stomach. As Todo's head crashed into a tree, Denji would punch his stomach. However, Todo would respond by kicking Denji back, breaking one of the boy's ribs. "When it punched me, it felt sharp, like it was also grinding against my skin," Todo said, noticing the cuts on his chest and tummy. "Aren't you a big son of a bitch?" Denji said, standing. "I'm sure I just broke one of your ribs. You're resilient." "Oh, this is nothing," Denji said, putting his fist in front of him. "Good," Todo said. "So then tell me, what kind of girls do you like?" I guess I like a girl with big boobs, a fat ass, and desperate for a boyfriend." It was at that moment a memory that never happened was created inside Todo's mind. That's right. We ran the streets, defeating anyone that harmed the innocent in our neighborhood. "Is he high?" Denji thought. "I apologize for forgetting our battles together. Brother!" Todo yelled, tears flowing. "What are you talking about?" But Denji would be cut off by a blood arrow stabbing his foot. "Huh?" As the rest of Kyoto's school would appear around Denji. "What's going on?" Denji said. Weren't these guys supposed to be fighting the others? That old fart, Todo exclaimed. Listen, brother, the students of Kyoto have been instructed to kill you over winning. What? Todo, what are you doing? He should be dead, Kamo said. Nobody's killing my brother. Brother? What's he on about? Mai said. Well, anyways, we need the kid dead. As Mai would start shooting multiple bullets at Denji, who dodged them, but then Miwa would be waiting for him and use new shadow style to slash at Denji, whether you dodge, only for Mekamaru to appear next to him and fire. However, suddenly Denji would disappear, replaced with a rock. As Todo would appear above Kamo and punch down, implanting his fist into the ground. I said I'd kill anyone that got on my way. No, you said you kill anyone that gives you orders. Well, whatever. Just leave. Fine, just make sure you kill him. Don't worry. I don't want to hold back against my best friend. Todo laughed, clapping his hands as Denji would reappear. Huh? I was just in the tree right now. How am I here? The boy said. Guess we're retreating, said Mai, as the rest of Kyoto kids would leave Denji and Todo, as the Tokyo students would go and have their own battles once again, except the only difference being that Junpei would join Nobara in her fight with Momo, the witch girl. Other than that, all the fights, Kamo versus Megumi, Mai versus Maki, Panda versus Makamaru, all of them got basically the exact same. Anyway, sticking with Denji's battle. It's a shame you're already injured, Todo said, pointing at Denji's broken rib. Oh, don't worry about that, Denji smirked, picking up the blood arrow from Kamo and breaking it in half. However, Denji would place the back half of the arrow in his pocket and hold the front half as a knife. Come get me. As Todo laughed, he ran at Denji and threw a punch. However, he dodged to his side and punched and grabbed Todo's arm, throwing him into a tree. However, Todo would use the momentum to grab the tree and throw it at Denji, who jumped up on the top of it and run across the tree. However, Todo would punch the tree from below, shattering it, forcing Denji to fall down towards Todo, who'd grab the boy's head and bash it into the ground. However, Denji's legs would kick Todo in the head, with enough force to dislodge his own head from the ground. Thanks, I always wanted to go to the chiropractor. Oh, you're welcome, my brother. As the pair would rush at each other, they trade blows and the scene is so cool, I couldn't be bothered to write it. The way he's fighting, Todo thought. It's primal. He fights with no direction, but he also has no concern for his body. That's what's wrong, Todo yelled. Huh? Listen, Denji, the way you fight's wrong. What are you talking about? Look at your body. In our scuffle, I've already broken multiple of your bones and you haven't even noticed. Todo said, pointing at Denji's injuries, including a broken rib, fingers, nose, and bleeding all over. You rely too much on your superhuman body. That's useless if you keep throwing it into danger. You need to learn that to be able to defend yourself is critical. Your body is irreplaceable in the heat of battle. It's not a tool that's meant to break. In the world of Jiu-Jitsu, our body and souls are one and should be treated so. Hey Todo. Yes, my brother. I really couldn't give a shit. Denji said, taking out the back half of Kamo's blood arrow and swallowing it, instantly healing. What is that? It's my body, brother. Is that so? You truly are full of surprises, brother. As the pair would continue the battle, with Denji now getting the upper hand. That's good, brother, Todo said. You've grown. Go on and devour me. Now, during this, the other students would have their own battles. God damn it, how many times do I have to say this? Now, during this, the other students would, of course, be having their own battles, with the outcome being that Inumaki would discover Hanami, as Marito and the Kovac guy would arrive, as a curtain that forbids Satoru Gojo from entering at the risk of anyone else being able to enter would form. Yeah. As Megumi Kamo and Inumaki and eventually Maki would fight Hanami, and the outcome being Megumi having a plant thing in his abdomen and Maki, Kamo and Inumaki being put out of commission. Yeah, exactly, I know this feels very rushed, but you gotta remember, lots of the goodwill fights, lots of the goodwill is like the other fights that won't change in this what if. So really, we're just focusing on Denji and Todo. Yeah. As Maki would be standing in the water, covered in roots. Don't worry, Fushiguro, Maki said, wrapped up in roots. Our turn is over, as Todo would come crushing down onto the roots, saving Maki. You ready, brother? As Denji appeared above Hanami and threw a punch, ripping right through the roots she placed to stop the boy, with a fist would grind against Hanami's skull, purple blood spattering across Denji. This forcing Hanami to send roots at Denji, throwing him towards the rest of the group, where Todo would give Megumi and Maki over to Panda. Wait, you two can't fight that guy yourself, Mikey said. And Denji, you just came back. You just go and die. If you should go on, Denji said. Shut the hell up and leave. You are the man, Panda said, running with Maki and Megumi in his arms. Listen, brother, Toto said. I'm not gonna help. I'm gonna be standing on the sidelines. That is until you use your black flash. Yeah, whatever. Hey, Curse. You know Curse with patches on his face. So what? Wait, are you a girl? Doesn't matter. Yeah, it sure does, because I really don't want to kill one of his girls. What is he on about? Hey Toto, it's okay for me to go all out? No. What? Why? Because I said so. Huh? However, Denji would be cut off by a root slamming him into sending the boy into a rock. That was easy. Hey, I'm not dead yet, Denji yelled, walking out unscathed. Get ready, Denji yelled, running towards the cars. Because I don't want to see that NTRing bastard's face when I kill you. Is he talking about Mahito? As Hanami would send more roots at Denji, he'd park all over them at incredible speed and eventually end up in Hanami's face. Black Flash! However, Denji's punch would still be normal. As the days, Hanami would recuperate and punch Denji, who'd land at Toto's feet. Denji? What? As Toto would kick Denji in the head. Hey, what is that for? Stop thinking. Huh? Right now you think what's happening too much, focusing on only your cast energy. Toto said, kicking Denji again. Are they fighting? Hanami thought. Oh, that's it? Yes, my brother. I can tell you found the way to Black Flash. But first I need some blood. Brother? What do you mean? Trust me, we're best friends, right? Yes, we are. As Toto would cut himself with a rock, as Denji replaced Toto's blood in his mouth. As Denji replaced the blood in his mouth but wouldn't swallow it. What are they doing? As suddenly Denji would rush towards the curse, he'd pull back his fist, pulling his curse energy into his fist that would spin around his entire arm so fast it would make a high-pitched sound as it cut through the air. He's coming. As Denji would once again be in front of Hanami, he'd bash his arm straight through his own skull, splattering his brain. What the? As in his last moments, Denji would swallow the blood. By destroying his own brain and healing it, Denji temporarily factory reset his own brain, leaving his superhuman instincts enhanced by the instant push of reverse cast technique to take the wheel. Meaning, for 1/1,000,000th of a second, the entirety of Denji's being is purely focused on killing his opponent. Black Flash! As a successful Black Flash would rip straight through Hanami's chest, just having enough force to send the cast flying. It worked! Denji exclaimed. Denji? Yeah, as Toto slapped Denji. That's not how you're supposed to do it. But it was successful, so I'll let you go this time. Anyways, how do you feel? Completely different. Good, currently you're in the zone. Your understanding of cast energy has grown more than any training can. Before it was like you were cooking a raw dish using a chainsaw, but now that chainsaw is sharper and more precise than any knife. So then, brother, let us cook. As I said this, Hanami would appear. Now with her left arm unraveled, she'd be standing on top of the platform made of roots. Hey Toto, do you mind if I go fully out? Yes, you shall, brother, but wait for when I use my technique. That way we can get a surprise. Fine. As the pair would run at Hanami, suddenly a massive wooden spike would explode out the ground, the pair jumping and landing on top of the roots that burst out of the spike. The hell is up with this range? Don't worry, brother. Controlling such an amount must use a ton of power. As Hanami would appear out of the roots and fire bullets that the pair would dodge and blitz Hanami, each of them punching Hanami. However, suddenly roots would disappear. Shit! It creates those roots have curse energy, not manipulates existing ones, the pair thought. As Hanami would be standing on a floating platform and would fire roots at the pair, who dodged by pushing off each other. As the pair would crush into a forest below, where Hanami would create a field of flowers to attack the pair, as Hanami would have a flashback with Mahito explaining why he loves fighting. With Hanami now beginning to enjoy the battle with the brothers. Said brothers now creating a decent distance away from the cast. Brother, Toto yelled, it's time I use my technique. About time. As we see a flashback as Denji would be explaining to Dodo his transformation and his powers, pull cord, turn into a chainsaw. This would be during their race to Megumi and Maki. Back to count time, Denji would yell, Hey cast, get ready to be motorized. Denji yelled, pulling his cord and transforming. Naturally, seeing her enemy grow chainsaws out of her head and arms, the literal tree would get pissed off. Get ready, brother, Toto said. Remember, just run in and I'll use my technique. I'm sure you'll figure it out. You got it. Die! Hanami screamed, as from the ground hundreds of roots would form a wave crushing Denji, only for Denji to run through the wave, focusing solely on the enemy. Let's cut you down a bit, he yelled, slicing more and more roots. Eventually, Denji would be encased in a wooden cocoon, but would quickly begin to crush Denji. Got you. However, Toto would appear and punch Hanami, giving Denji enough time to break out. However, Hanami would successfully hit Toto, sending him into wooden spikes. As the wood would impale Hanami, with Denji teleporting next away, he'd slash and successfully cut off the Hanami's arm off. But from the stump, a log would rush out. However, a chainsaw bursting through Denji's leg would cut this log, allowing Toto to successfully land a hit, only for Denji to switch places and also slash Hanami's other arm, but not enough to fully cut it off. As the curse would once again make a floating platform to gain some distance and heal. However, Toto would throw a playful cloud to the curse. Denji, now flying through the air, would bite onto the platform, whilst the rest of his body dangled. But the curse would create a spike that would impale Denji's throat. Not again. As Denji would bite down on the spike falling down his throat. However, instantly all the wood created from the curse would disappear, leading to the curse to fall. I didn't do. Though the pain of chainsaws being embedded into her chest would wake Hanami up. Get off me, the curse yelled. Never! Denji yelled back, growing chainsaws from all four of his limbs and head, embedding them into Hanami, as the tree would fire a wooden bullet into Denji's skull. Thanks, Denji joyed, biting down onto Hanami's shoulder, regenerating. As Denji's chainsaws would once again start speeding up, black sparks would fly, as once again Denji would use the idea of factory resetting his own brain. As Hanami would find herself in the pitch darkness, with Pochita in front of her. Sorry, I don't like vegetables. Black flashes! As from each of Denji's chainsaws would commit a continuous black flash on the curse, instantly killing the curse as it was ripped apart. Basically, every chainsaw did a black flash. As Toto would have Denji in his arms, now de-transforming, with the curtain also falling, with Gojo flying high up. They actually killed a special grade, he said, seeing Denji. We've gone a shit ton as well. Well, guess all I can do is deal with you, as Gojo will blow up the limbs of the Kovac guy. Now, from this point onwards, the rest of the cleanup of the Goodwill event will go effectively the same. With the students inevitably playing a game of baseball, which is so funny, I can't even write it, and it's definitely because I have no idea how baseball works. Anyways, we'd cut over to Gojo and Todo, who'd be talking. Are you sure, Todo? Gojo said. Yes, when my brother swallowed a part of the wood that the curse created, instantly all the other constructs disappeared. Before that, the curse had shown it could voluntarily make all of its creations disappear at once, but this time it was clear it didn't do it itself. Once again he makes us question what the hell he is. Especially when I checked the area, there were zero traces of the curse energy other than when it died. Exactly, Todo said. When the curse first made its stuff disappear, I could definitely feel the slightest amount of curse energy still permeating in the air. That would be clear with your eyes. Well, if my guess is correct, then Denji is way more dangerous than we thought. Because if we are right, that means Denji might be able to erase all curse energy outside of the source. As is well be ending this part of What If Denji was the main character to discuss it, or what if Yuji was the main, or if Yuji was Chainsaw Man. Kind of forgot. Future What If I want to try is what if Deku, another My Hero What If, because I haven't done that in like half a year. Just My Hero is a very good series to make what ifs about. I'm planning to do a what if Deku was possessed by the War Devil. If you've read Chainsaw Man, which you should have, there's no way, because I've just given hints about Pochita's erasure ability in this series. Denji, if you haven't read the manga, what are you doing? But my guess would be it's just Deku, except now, instead of having one for all, he dies from such villain and is possessed by Yoru, just like Asa in Chainsaw Man. Like, I have the whole plan of like how it would work and stuff, right? But yeah, I'm just gonna leave this off here. I'm not going to go for a full rant because this is not the channel for that. I did have a plan. I had another channel that won't work because it won't let me upload videos because for some reason my verification just wouldn't work. Anyways, I had a plan for like a second channel where I'd post theories, gameplay, reactions and stuff, right? If that channel got deleted, I won't have to worry about all these what ifs. Anyways, hope you enjoy. I'm going to spend the next week editing this. Maybe really editing's weird for me because I keep thinking it's going to take so long whenever I start. It takes so long, but then like I edited 2 videos. I already edited the first like 30 minutes of this video already, so... And I did that and the What If Aston Met the Well early part 10, like instantly. So in like one morning. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Make sure to like, subscribe, also throw a potato at you. And please, let's wish and let us cope for a Jujutsu Kaisen sequel. Goodbye.